Hey guys, Julian here from Revline Fitness for the second episode of Anatomy 101. So in the first episode, we were talking about anatomical terms positionally, usually at a standstill. All of the terms I'm going to be talking about today are through movement. So while we're moving, that's when these terms come into play. So let me start with the very first one. The most easy and most common is flexion and extension. So flexion is referring to when the joint angle becomes smaller between two parts of the body. My hand comes up to my shoulder, I am flexing my forearm. Okay, so this is flexion as I come up. As I go down and I push away, let's say I was doing a tricep extension, that would be extension. The angle is getting bigger, extension. The angle is getting smaller, flexion. Okay. The second one, and very common as well, you'll see some leg machines that are actually named after these movements are adduction and abduction. So it's ADD, as if you're adding and subtracting, and then AB, B as in Bob, duction. So almost the exact same word, just the second letter is different. Easy way to remember is as you're putting your feet together or you're putting your hands together, you're adding, you're doing adduction. If they're pushing away from each other, it is AB as in Bob, duction, abduction as you're going away. All right? The next four terms are referring to our feet. So ankle, eversion, and inversion. So eversion is as I push my ankle out to the outside, or inversion, I'm pulling it towards the inside. I'm looking almost at the sole of my foot underneath, and my ankle is coming to the inside. Inside, inversion. Outside is eversion. The next two, again, feet, is plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. So plantar, you can think you're planting your foot. It would be like doing a calf raise. That is plantar flexion. We don't really do a lot of dorsiflexion, but if you did have something here, lifting the toes closer to the kneecap. So you're lifting the toes up. Maybe if you were on a motorcycle and you had to put it in first gear, usually you have to click up first. That's really the only real life example I can think of using that dorsiflexion, when the toes come up towards the knee. And then the last three I'm going to talk about are medial and lateral rotation. So of my shoulder, starting at my anatomical position, medial rotation is to the inside, so if my thumb were to turn in, and lateral rotation would be to the outside. So again, if I was starting here, my thumb would go back that way, or if I started here, turning backwards. That would be a lateral rotation. So lateral to the outside, medial to the inside. Then the last one, only our shoulders and hips can really do this one, is circumduction, which is making a circle, okay? Or with your hip, making a circle. All right, so keep these in mind. If you see them in your exercises, guys, you'll know and you'll be better equipped next time you're in the gym.